Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today we're going to work on a shawl pattern. This is one that is in moss stitch, or also called double seed stitch, and it's a 2-row repeat. And I just want to show you how to get started, and then you guys can just keep on going until it's a size that you want. I am using Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick yarn for this example with a size 13 needle. You can use any yarn that you want and just find the needle size that works best with your tension and gauge, because you don't want the stitches too tight. Because it creates too much, it's too woven and it doesn't lay well, and you don't want it also too loose. So somewhere in the middle, like Goldilocks. So on this pattern, we're just going to cast on one stitch, and I do like to use a slip knot for that first stitch so that I know that it holds well. And I grab the tail with my pinky just to kind of give it some tension. And we're going to knit into the front and the back of this first stitch. So we're going to knit into the front and then knit into the back to create 2 stitches. And I like doing this because it gives you a nice tip to the bottom of the shawl. So we're knitting this from the tip all the way up, not from the side to side. And then we're going to knit one and then knit front back to increase the stitch. Knit into the front without taking it off, then we'll knit into the back of that stitch. So that was row 2. And then row 3, we're gonna knit 1, purl 1, and then knit front back. Knit 1, purl 1, knit front to back, front and back. And you will become very familiar with that stitch in this pattern. And now to start the repeats. So we're going to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Well, it'll be knit 1, purl 1, and repeat in pattern. So we're going to knit the knit stitches and purl the purl stitches, and then you increase that last stitch. So we're going to knit the knit stitch, purl, knit, and then knit front back. And then we're going to knit the purls and purl the knits. And I don't usually look at this first stitch because I'm not really sure what that is. The second stitch looks to be a purl stitch, so maybe I go to the third stitch because that's definitely a purl and a knit. It's harder, I think, at the beginning than it is once you get started in the beginning. So we're gonna knit, purl, knit, because we're knitting the purls, so we're going into the opposite, so we're creating a seed stitch. So knit, purl, knit, purl, and then knit front and back. All right, and I'll do a couple more rows. So that was row 4 and then 5, so we're going to repeat row 4. So we're going to knit the knits and purl the purls. And sometimes what I like to do is, this is going to be the even side row. You can put a stitch marker on one side so you know excuse me, that row 4 is the right side, and it's always knit the knits and purl the purls, so that you don't really have to think about your pattern. So we're going to knit, purl, knit, purl, knit 1, knit front and back. And I do want to try to make that a little tight. Now we're ready for row 5. I can drop that tail. It's a habit to hold on to it. So now we're going to knit the purls and purl the knit. So we're going to knit 1, purl 1. So honestly, on every row, it's knit one, purl one, because you're always starting with a knit stitch. It's just whether or not this last stitch is a knit one or a purl one. So we're knit in front and the back. So every row is knit one, purl one. And then you're going to knit into the front and back of this last stitch. So you have 2 purl stitches together and then 2 knit stitches together, and that's it. It's actually a lot easier than I remember it being. I can see how this can become addictive. And it is reversible, which is really nice. Both sides are exactly the same. I kind of have a little bit of a gap there. So I could even bump down to probably a size 11 needle, but I want it to have a little bit of a drape to it. That is a shawl, so I want it to be a kind of a looser, little bit on the loose side for me. So I hope that helps you guys get started on the moss stitch shawl. Which is my unconditional love pattern. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.